Myself, Shamim Mia, student of 6th semester BSc Botany Honours from Tufanganj Mahavidyalaya, Kuchbihar Panchanal Burma University. Today my topic name Genetic Engineering. What is genetic engineering? Genetic engineering is the direct modification of an organism genome, which is the list of specific traits stored in the DNA. Changing the genome enables engineers to give desirable properties to different organisms. And organisms created by genetic engineering are called genetically modified organisms or GMOs. History of GMO, full form genetically modified organism development. 1973 created first genetically modified bacteria. 1974 created GM mice. GM full form genetically modified. And 1982 first commercial development of genetically modified organism insulin producing bacteria. 1994 began to sell genetically modified food. Last for 2003 began to sell genetically modified organism as pets. Glowfish. What is the genetically modified organism process? First for all genetic changes affect the protein synthesis of the organism. Point 2. By changing which proteins are produced, genetic engineers can affect the overall traits of the organism. Point 3. Genetic modification can be completed by a number of different methods. The first of all different method, inserting new genetic material randomly or in targeted location. Point 2. Direct replacement of genes, recombination. Point 3. Removal of genes. Point 4. Mutation of existing genes. Genetically modified organism bacteria. Bacteria are the most common genetically modified organism because their simple structure permits easy manipulation of their DNA. One of the most interesting uses for genetically modified bacteria is the production of hydrocarbons, plastics and fuels, usually only found in fossil fuels. Point 1. Cyanobacteria have been modified to produce plastic or polyethylene and fuel butylene as byproducts of photosynthesis. Point 2. E. coli bacteria have been modified to produce diesel fuel. Engineering plants. How might genetic engineering modify plants to solve everyday problems. For consider world hunger, weather problems, insecticide pollution. Next, genetically modified crop. GMO or genetically modified crop production in the US. United States 2010, 93% of soybean, 93% of cotton, 86% of corn, last for 95% of sugar beets. Example, first one common modified crop is Bt corn. Point 2, a gene from the Bt bacteria is added to or so the corn produce a protein that is poisonous to certain insect but not human. Next, banana vaccines. Modified virus injected in sapling tree causes the bananas to contain virus proteins. Next, venomous cabbage. Scorpion genes added to the cabbage prevent insect from eating it. Next, other reasons to genetically modified crop of GMC. Point 1, insect resistant. Point 2, herbicide resistant. Point 3, freeze resistant. Point 5, disease resistant. Point 6, higher yield. Point 7, faster growth. Point 8, improved nutrition. Point 7, longer shelf life. Next, engineering animals. Could genetic engineering be used to modify any animal to solve problem? Example, bioluminescent animals uses. Point number 1, protein tracking. Point number 2, disease detection using bioluminescent imaging to identify different type of cells. And point 3, novelty pets or glowfish are available now. Next, fast growing salmon. Genes form to other fish causes this salmon to continuously produce growth hormones and less milk cows. Modifying bacteria responsible for methane production in cattle result in 25% less flatulent cows. Web production goats. Spider genes in goats enable the production of spider silk in goat milk. Genetically modified organism concerns. What are some concerns regarding genetically modified food and animals? Point 1, risks to human health, unsafe to eat. Point 2, harm to the environment and wildlife. Point 3, increased pesticide and herbicide use. Point 4, farmers' health. Point 5, seed and pollen drift. Point 6, creation of herbicide resistant superweeds. Point 8, What about genetic engineering in humans? Nearby 50 countries around the world, including Australia, Japan, and all of the countries in the European Union, have enacted significant restriction or full bans on the production and sale of genetically modified organism food products, and 64 countries now have genetically modified organism labeling requirements. Thank you. Thanks.